live, ladies and gentlemen.
We lit.
Woods, you want to do the introduction today, or you want me to do it?
No, you do it.
All right, I think. All right, let me see if I can channel my inner king. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Link Up Podcast with your host Rashid King. Well, not King because King ain't here. Rashid, Kalissa, Woods, and yours truly, Kana. Today, as y'all can see, we have a special guest, yes, but return visitor, practically, how to call it, extra guest, part two co-host.
Pretty much.
Mr. Island Younger himself. What's going on, brother?
Yo, shout out to everybody, man. What's going on? What's going on? It's the boy Guilda, you know what I mean? Blessed to be here, blessed to be here, blessed to be healthy, blessed to see each and every one of y'all. What's good? What's popping?
Look us here trying to, not die and catch this Rona.
2020, dog. 2020, social distance, you know what I mean? Gotta call me on this virtual stuff and get this interview done. But, happy to be here, man.
At least we could get something going and, it ain't stopping us so long.
No, at least we ain't on St. Martin with our internet. Let's just start there.
I didn't want to go that deep so quick, but
sorry, I just jump in the deep end of the pool.
Let me think. Let me get into why you're actually here. So you drop a new tune, a big tune.
Thank you.
Yesterday, day before?
30th. I think the 30th was a Thursday. Yep.
Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So tell us about it. How that song came to be, how it happened, the response we get into it so far. Give us a little thing about it.
All right. So first of all, I want to say for all your viewers, the Link Up viewers, if you streamed The Impossible, me featuring J Mello, big thank you to y'all. You know what I mean? Support is always appreciated. Very humbling, to say the least. The song itself, The Impossible, a lot of people don't know, is 2 years old. So I did that song 2 years ago. That song just in the stash sitting down. We've been debating on when to put it up, but I got so much songs in the stash that they're like, meh. You know what I mean?
What take you so long to drop this one then?
None. None. If you want me to give you the truth, none. We were just chilling. You know what I mean? Nah, but you know what it is? Like a song like that. So for example, that song was made 2 years ago. It's based on my ex and her ex. You understand? Because before she was my woman, she was still like head over heels with her ex, but she couldn't get back with him. You understand? So when she was telling me that situation, I remember because we were chilling. I think we went chill, came shot something, drop her home, come back. I just thinking like, man, she's addicted to the impossible, dog. Like this girl just like she can't catch the hint. You know what I mean? So then I remember just sending and it's funny how we created. The thing is with J Mello, right? Shout out to J Mello, that's my producer / he's like the Dr. Dre, he's my 40. You know what I mean? This guy, he knows me. So what I just do is I just send him like voice notes of sounds and he just put it together. So I literally, how that song came about, I literally sent him a voice note. I was like, yo, I'm attracted to the impossible. That's it. And he was like, okay, give me 3 days. Just so you know. And I hear from him again. 3 days later, he come back with the reaching forward maybe too far, I know. What's this in my head? And he do the whole thing, the beat, everything. Like he just sent it to me. And I was like, God damn. All right, cool, bet. So then so yeah, the song was a very it was an organic topic. Like I said, it was life experience and like each verse was tailor-made something to her situation, and then even to when I was trying to get her, like the both verses was a blend of that. So that's why I felt like when we did the song and we put it down, we was like, yo, this is a song that a lot of people could relate to. But at that time when we did the song, I wasn't right up here, like as far as music wise, like I was still all over the place. And now it just seemed like the good time to put it out. Like nobody ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
And you ain't gonna just stay home and stream your song.
And being the feelings. You think about the ex, like boy, attracted to the impossible for true boy. Jesus.
As much as I support you, the song and the vision, let's not be staying home and thinking about we ex people. You got better things to do.
Nah, but if that gonna lead you straight to my song, text it. If that can lead you to stream my song, text your ex, do what you gotta do, make that phone call.
Get over here being toxic.
Hey, toxic Gillian.
In 2020, we can stream the song and not fall for the trap.
If there was ever a time to be toxic,
No, this is the perfect time.
I
This is the
refuse.
perfect
Yeah,
time.
hey, guys. I refuse to be spreading this ideology on this podcast.
It's better than it's better than spreading corona, huh? You just spread it, your leg.
It's the same thing.
Nope.
One just virtual.
Nope. One is her spreading she legs, the other one is spreading a deadly virus. I don't know what's different here.
Both of them being spread regardless. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, the song is doing what it's supposed to do. The initial feedback I got on it was actually way more than the first two songs I did. Like I dropped Dope and I dropped Run It Back with the music video. So like I had to measure the first week response, and The Impossible had like the most shares by far.
Yo, that thing was all over.
Everybody texting me like, "Dog, you got me in my feelings 4:00 in the morning." I'm like, well,
even if I didn't want to know the song or know that you had dropped something, I couldn't hide from it because it was all over.
Good. I want all my exes see it. All of them.
Yo. When I tell you I had to listen to it twice because I were in my feelings. Oh my god.
Lisa text me like, "Dog, what happened now?" I'm like, sorry, Kalissa, it's just one of those songs, you know what I mean? But you know, that just points to the potency of good music, because again, that song is 2 years old. You know what I mean? And when I make music, I just make a conscious effort to make timeless music. And not timeless, well, hopefully timeless in the sense that y'all gonna love it forever, but timeless in the sense that when I write songs, I don't put dates in it. I don't rap about stuff that's current in the year, you know what I mean? So then we could drop it 3-5 years later and it still hit, you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's been going good so far, I must say.
A smart way to approach writing.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
but then since we have all this thing going on, how you been dealing with it, my brother? How you been handling yourself the past month and a half?
Well, for me, you know, the corona thing, it ain't really settled and hit me because I still working from home, so I still have that escape in a way. Except on the job, we ain't get nobody calling because, you know, Booking.com is a travel company, nobody traveling, so there's that. But at the top of that too is like, I an introvert. Like y'all don't, like Sean can tell you, y'all know if you say yo, we flex it, I can be like, all right, cool. Like I stayed in my house.
Yeah.
So this is another day for me. You know what I mean?
Exactly be like that.
Honestly, I could attest to that because I had a number of times Guilda tell me, oh yeah, he come and chill in the lounge.
Never meet you there.
Man, he never show up.
You know what I be? I like that friend who be like, yo, which party you be? Boy, on Kobe, he'll come in, still in Leader House. So
That me though. That me.
but overall, like I focusing on so that being said, to where, as you know, besides the obvious, like, you know, the gym ain't open and stuff like that, I just, for example, I started therapy. I started seeing a therapist because I've been wanting to do that. But I was like, well, I ain't doing nothing now, so let's do that. Buy a new book to read more about the music business, because I want, you know, this at this point in time, I taking this thing super serious, so I gotta learn the business and the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. You know what I mean? And just I using this downtime to focus a lot on myself and learn a lot about myself. Reach out to family members that I have never spoken to. Like I got a grandmother in London I never met ever. So reach out to them. Reach out to my cousins over there. Reach out to my family in Miami and stuff like that. Just building bridges, getting a better connection with my nieces, my nephews. So at this point in time, you know, the thing is with this corona pandemic is that is either two type of people that are going to come out of this at the end. Either somebody who evolved or somebody who stays stagnant and use the Rona as an excuse. So, and we all evolve in different ways. So over the years, something as simple as self-love was something I've been struggling with for a long time. So I figured, like, let me use this downtime to amplify it, be one more with self, reach out to family, learn more about the stuff that I love, which is music. So that's how I've been dealing with. I haven't been going crazy at all. You know what I mean? Like, I see people losing their mind. They want to go outside. I'm like, yo, outside is cold and hot at the same time.
I don't like, me personally, if I could have, like I had post on Facebook, if I could take away, like, the sicknesses and, like, the deaths and shit, I prefer to stay this way. I really don't mind it.
Yo, anything to help the earth. If the earth is healing by us staying still, fuck it. Lock this bitch down for the rest of the year. I don't care. To be honest.
Imagine they just make this quarantine type thing like a yearly thing in order to like heal the planet.
Let's go. I've been saying that.
Yearly thing, yo, that can be 6 months out of the year.
Or yeah, fair enough.
I feel like winter should be quarantine time. Nobody wants to go outside anyway.
You know what babies gonna happen? Oh, your lord.
But one thing I think that's going to be people are going to notice is that this is easier to do is just working at home. Because right now, if a company, for example, company's gonna look at it like this: if I could have all my employees working from home, that means the headquarters does not have to be as massive as it is right now.
That's true.
There's going to be a lot of this is going to cause a lot of just different mindsets in terms of how a business,
options.
yeah, and how a corporation has to work. Maybe they're just going to have servers instead of buildings, and everybody just connects to that server and works from home.
I would love that so much.
Boy, well, speaking of working from home, shout out, King. This is one of the reasons he can't be here is because he is an essential worker. So he there doing his thing outside for the people like Calissa who really shouldn't be out.
King, let me tell you something. Shout out to King and everybody who working at Picnic because you don't come on a weekly basis and you keeping me healthy. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we tried to have another one of our hosts dead, so shout out to King and the rest of them man for that.
And one thing
shout out also have dead, so I mean,
and Guilda, shout out also to go seeing a therapist. That's a big
we get kind of sidetracked with that, but with that being said, not only shout out for you with that, but also shout out for you for admitting it in a public manner, because while a lot of people do go see it, it's still a stigma that if you see a therapist that you're either crazy or you're depressed. I mean, you don't have to be depressed to see a therapist either, but them is a stigmas, especially in the Black community and especially in the Caribbean community.
Bye, fuck it. I need help. I know what to tell you, so I ain't gonna hide that. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like maybe 2-3 days ago, I was contemplating going to see a therapist as well. But
do it.
Yeah, just because I think I have Asperger's. I'm not sure.
What the hell is Asperger's?
What is it?
I gotta Google this.
You never see that episode when Cartman take the
I know, but I didn't. We shouldn't be laughing at this.
Your potential situation was.
But no. But I mean, there's a lot of people that smart people that have it. You understand?
For sure.
I mean, it is what it is. But I think I have it. I have things that I do that it's not normal. Quote unquote normal.
I saw what it said. I could maybe just a little bit. Woods, I ain't gonna lie.
So when it comes to that, I was contemplating going to see a therapist, and I already got the numbers and things. So now it's just to do it.
I would say definitely do it. I wasn't pushing or shying away from doing it. I was actually seeking to do it for a long time, but it just so happened that during this Corona thing, I don't know if you get it over there on the campus, but here in our domain, they sent out an email saying hey, it's a hard time. We do have an in-house therapist, and as long as this Corona thing going on, they'll pay for it. It's free. So I was like, I bet, let's do it.
I didn't get this email.
Because you ain't crazy, guys.
You don't leave your house anyway, so you don't use the service.
Well, the good thing is you don't have to leave your house because either you do it. I did mine via call. Yeah, I do mine via call. And
okay.
Shout out to Mariette, my therapist. She's dope. You know what I mean? And she was more flabbergasted in hearing my stories because when Dutch people hear stuff about the islands and you hear how crazy to get there, they're just like, oh my god, what?
You see that? But you see, for me, that's maybe something I personally does not. How to say it? That's one of my turn off with therapy because you really got to unpack shit and
I love it.
I rather not.
You need to. You understand? Look, the thing is with her and therapy in general, from what I learned, with my music and me taking it serious now, I start to go a lot more in a more personal and vulnerable vibe because I learned a lot about myself, like growing up. Sean could tell you because he Sean, we grew up in the same neighborhood. Back then, when I was this little set character, I had to come to realize like I lived my whole life as a character. You understand? So now that I this age, I know that at this age and where things ain't clicking, I feel like I don't know who the hell I be. And then I had to come to realize, like, yo, that's because you live your whole teenage life as this figure in St. Martin. Like, you was Little Set, like, you was that guy. And then, no, so I had to go back and unpack a lot of wounds that just wasn't adding up. Like, for example, I'll give you a short story. Like, my sister, who I ain't really close with like that, but she come down with a cancer behind her eye or something. And when I get the news, I was on the job early morning. And I didn't feel no type of way. I was just like, all right, whatever. But then I was like, wait, why I don't feel no type of way though? Like what really going on with me? Like, that's some psychotic shit. You know what I mean? So then I asked them on the job to go home. I explained like, yo, my sister, boop, boop, boop. I went home. That day is where the turning point happened. I come home. I light my incense. I pour a cup of wine. I was like, all right, from this day forward, I'm going to make it a mission to feel and to cry and to open up and all this stuff because it's just certain things. We growing up in the Caribbean, especially in the Caribbean as black men, we born to hear, yo, what you crying for? Like that, toughen up. Like,
Yo,
we had this conversation not that long ago on the podcast.
You know what I mean? So the therapy does help the unpacking of everything, and she opened up a lot of wounds, but she gave me a lot of ways to deal with it. And for example, one of the coolest ways that I still use is like writing letters. She's like, just type out a whole letter to the person that you want to say the thing to, but you just be open and honest. You write it, dear, blah, 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 blah. You write it, you read it a couple of times, you print it, and you burn it. Dog, that shit is therapeutic. When I tell you, I thought it was stupid. I was like, first of all, you burning paper, that's wasting the trees. Like, you're saving the trees. Like, what are we doing? But after a while, like, I swear to you, my father, for example, never does ever call me. You understand? Sean could tell you. My father was, everybody don't forget I have a father. Apparently I just a pair, Virgin Mary's thing. So no, after that therapy session and I write that letter to my father and I print it out and I burn it, that same day, this man called me. He never called me now. He called me on video call. We talked for like an hour, good conversation, laughing. No, he'd call me every week. You know what I mean?
What?
He'd call me every week. Real talk. And I, as a very universal spiritual person, so I felt like the universe is like, yo, you need to get all of that out for me to give you this blessing to be connected with your father. Yeah, shout out to Spoonie one time. So yes, Woods do the therapy, Sean do the therapy,
But
everybody
okay,
do
no,
therapy.
you see, we had this conversation. We had more or less this conversation on a podcast a couple episodes ago. I can't remember which thing. But you see, my thing is with that whole thing, as somebody, and Gil, I think almost everybody except for Rashid and Kalissa, maybe to a certain extent, could say, because Woods could tell you as well. For somebody who is the opposite of are you, what I mean are you as in the quote unquote men who don't feel, this is not a cool situation to be in, dog.
Why?
Like me personally,
you should be thriving in this. You should be thriving.
Me personally, I don't know if it's just a light skin persona or if it's growing up with a Caucasian. But I hate being emotional. I'm emotional, partner. I've like the last 2 years, I admitted it. And I get emotional, and that necessarily mean with crying. It just means that a lot of things that trigger me. I could get upset, I could get happy, I could get sad, I could somewhat how to say?
I think pretty much all of us know this.
Borderline bipolar. So all that shit about feeling that I wish I was what you trying to get away from.
No, honestly, Sean, and like you say, is not only you but everybody. I know there's a lot of your listeners who will be watching this podcast soon could be like, yo, I feel Sean jet, like I emotional part, I ain't want to go down that feeling route. But at the same time, therapy ain't only about just taking your garbage and littering the place with it. It's like, here's your garbage, here's how to recycle it. You understand? And I feel like, you being emotional is actually great because you can just go in there and word vomit everywhere. I don't
feel like, yo, legit, like when did I catch myself going through them times like, yo, stop being a little bitch.
You see, no, you got inner black Caribbean grandmother in your head.
But the thing is,
No,
there's a
no, I
difference.
don't. Okay, I don't know. I don't necessarily because it's not to say I grew up with extra hard fellas or people telling me, oh, I can't stop being a little baby or something like that. I mean, okay, cool. My brother used to met me when I was like 6, tell me stop crying, but that's older brother relationship. That's normal.
Yeah.
But like I never had like a father, my father figure. Not say I never had a father, but my father wasn't that extra hard person. I didn't have extra hard people or tuggish slash
Yeah.
gangster people around me. So like I never had that. I grew up around women. It was always like a soft natured, nurture type environment.
And you
So
see,
like
that's the crazy difference too. Cause we grew up around women. You grew up around your mother, your sister. I grew up with my mother, but your mother raised you in a very emotional, nurturing way.
yeah,
My
yeah. I
mother
blame I
raised
blame
me
mom
as in,
for half of it.
listen. My mother was so gangster with it. At a time, went to do an exam in school, and everybody know back then academy NPC days. Them was wild days. Like if we actually survived going through high school, congratulations to us.
Yeah. Are you in modern people college? But
Hey,
Hey, hey,
shout out military prison camp. Anyways,
look. And you know, coincidentally, I got a shirt on here too, no?
yay, representing.
No,
Rashid
that's
have to stick with the
it.
killers.
Yes,
Rashid going to school with the shooters.
Hey, all the shooters and the drug dealers. Yeah.
Yo, it wasn't that bad, dog. At least
So
not
then,
when I was there.
You don't get into that. Anyway, continue, Guilda.
so then I come outside the exam, right? And back then, I used to hang with a bunch of town people. Back then, town people was red. It's still red, but whatever. It's just blood. You know what I mean? And we come outside the exam 10 o'clock in the morning, and I see their arch nemesis gathering by the tree. Because back then, you had the tree across the academy. That man come across the road, match itself, boom, boom, boom. Man pull a gun in my face. Gun like right here. Checking like, why you dead dog? This shit fuck. I didn't even fuck. So now, boom. so now,
That's my reaction.
yeah, dog. Like in my head, because I sitting, a powerful fresh quarter next to me, shout out Romelio. Me and he whispered to each other like, yo, we gonna really
Shout out to Romelio, sir.
yeah, we gonna really dare for tongue, man. Like, wow, we even from tongue dog. And then when we turn around, the whole gang of them that was there is only like 3 of them left there. All of them scatter. So I went home. How we get out of that? They didn't pull the trigger. They would just come to show, flash the gun, scare off man or whatever. And then I get home. Now, at this point, I thanking God, like, bye, hope, reach home, mommy, bye. But then man pull a gun on us. I don't want to go to school tomorrow because they're going to kill us. My mother watch me and say, well, all that track and field you're doing, you best learn how to run fast. I see it. I like time out. You didn't hear the part. You didn't hear the part when they pull the gun on your son, and she like, well, this is life lessons. You gotta learn how to.
See, man, you best play Mr. Killer and pick up something while you're running.
So that's the type of mentality I was raised by. You know what I mean? Always be hard. Don't cry. Like shit happens. If something you gotta tug it out and figure it out. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Therapy is for everybody, man. At the end of the day,
even with that being said, I do
understand what Sean was saying though, because you could be really emotional and still not be one to talk. So that there's like a distinction there.
Of course.
Like, in a lot of aspects, because like I myself went to therapy before because it reached a point where I felt like it was really necessary because of some shit that happened to me. But then, like, at a certain point, I just shut down and I didn't want to go anymore. And at that point, I was like, it's not really beneficial to me if like I dreading every time I have to go, you know?
That's true. But it's fun though. Therapy is fun. Once you get a nice therapist, again, shout out to Mariette. She's really dope.
I would still recommend it if you feel like you need it. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I feel like you should go and try to get what you can get out of it. And once you reach the point that you feel like you're not getting anything else out of it, then I would say, like, try to change up something.
Yeah, because the tools that you learn in therapy, you got to implement. But also, I would say keep your therapist close, because at the end of the day, we all have speed bumps in the road to grow in growth. So even when you stumble, you can still text them and be like, yo, I need a quick session. I know I ain't talked to you in like a month, but
I feel like finding a proper finding a proper therapist is as good, if not as important, as finding a doctor.
Of course.
You don't go to the doctor all the time. You only go to the doctor when you're sick, so you use the therapist in the same way.
Yep. Yep. And that's a relationship me and my therapist have now because we were doing a couple sessions. And then after a while, she just really realized like I'm not those like the other people she does see where they need to talk to her every day. I'm just like, yo, I find that you don't tell me what to do. I don't
Yeah.
implementing it. I don't show you how it changing me already. And she just like, oh, she's like, you know what? You got my phone number. Whenever you hit a speed bump, whenever you want to talk about something, holler. And I appreciate that because sometimes, like Sean said, and like Calissa agreed with, some people just don't want to talk. But me, on the other hand, I want to talk because I feel like the talking will put pieces to the puzzle that I don't see. Now, some people might have the puzzle already figured out, but can't decipher it. You understand? And they don't want to talk about it because they feel like if they unpack that is a problem. So yeah.
Yes, Woods.
Bye. I think that's going to be my biggest struggle. my problem is I don't know how to express what I feel in.
That's half my issue too.
Putting things into words. No, but just like when I'm down or something, people ask me what's wrong.
You're like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I could feel very like I know something's wrong, something's up. But if I have to think what's making me feel that way, I can't decipher it. There's like a bunch of emotions, and I can't decipher like that. And that's also why I think I have what I think I have. That's part of it.
but you know too.
I understand that though, but like
Go ahead, Calissa.
I don't have trouble like verbalizing what I'm feeling also. But what I just do sometimes is like I write it down. That for me is easier if like
I was just gonna say
something
that. Yep.
keep going on with me. Like I said, when I had start therapy, I couldn't tell my mother what had happened. And it become to a point where I couldn't cope anymore. And I write it down on a piece of paper, hand my mother the thing at 3 o'clock in the morning, tell her, read this. I don't want to be in the room when you read it. And I did. I was like, but that for me, that helped me. Like anytime like I going through something and me personally, I can't verbalize a lot of the shit I don't be feeling. So I just have to write it down or like go away and like revisit it some other time. So like just sit in my room, think about it, and come back to it the next time.
And you know, everybody have their process. There's no right way
Yeah,
to do
everybody
it.
got a
You know what I
different
mean?
way
So
to
if that
deal with
worked
it.
for you, hey, Woods, you just gotta figure out what worked for you. And I could tell you from experience, therapy, I had certain things that I didn't know how to express as well when I went to her. And she was just getting to asking questions, and then slowly but surely I start like regurgitate. I'm like, where did that come from? Holy shit!
I went to a few sessions myself as well, and I never went back. I guess my excuse was didn't have time. But
that ain't nobody's excuse right now. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's something I contemplate on going back to again. My whole thing is with bringing up, or I guess focusing more on this topic is, even though I might not go, or everybody here might not go, what I would like to happen, at least, especially in the Caribbean community, is the normalization of therapy.
Stuff therapy. Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Is I feel a lot of people need to be going that ain't going, including myself, and it is something that's really necessary that as a society been lacking, John.
Right.
Like you could imagine how much people on St. Martin went to therapy after Irma. Like that is people
And
think
then
like, why would I need therapy?
thing,
yeah, like why would I
this
need
corona
therapy
thing will be
for
our
that?
next session, and then we going into hurricane.
There's that. Good time.
All right, wait. Let's go bit by bit. Bro, anything else you want to say to the people regards to music and whatnot?
You know, my goal is to drop 10 songs this year. Already on 4, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Dope. Run it back. Maury freestyle. Impossible. Yeah. 4.
All right. So you got something else maybe in next coming weeks? So what's that?
Well, about that. So J Mello called me the other night with some very unfortunate news that I ain't gonna disclose here. We can just keep a prayer out that all my music is saved. And
let's keep it still positive.
Yeah. Everything gonna work out. So when all of that works out.
When.
What is that? put that energy out in the universe. Okay.
When it works out.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to have another song dropping next month on my birthday, supposed to. And then after that, we're supposed to have one dropping in August, and then going down the line. Like I said, I have a lot of songs there just ready to go. Like Impossible was literally just a plug and play. It was like, oh, pick it out the folder, blow the dust off of it. Okay, let's put it out. You know what I mean? So as far as music, just expect me to be a lot more active with music, getting a lot more vulnerable. I mean, I've done with the whole turning up tunes. Like I could do those in my sleep. Like rapping ain't my problem. Is being vulnerable in the music and giving out a good message that the people could relate to, which I feel like The Impossible is a perfect start to that, to show people like, oh wow.
I think that shows that, I think some artists have showed that as well. Look at people like Taylor Swift, Whitney Houston. Every time they went Mary J. Blige, you know, people was waiting for Mary J. Blige to go through a rough time or something so she could put up music.
Exactly.
Like Adele? Yo, she get divorced. I waiting for the next album.
Yo, whoever was on the other side of that phone do a good job because she put out hella music.
Yeah, so you know the music will come. Everything will be popping.
Yo, like Rihanna, you see she break up with her billionaire boyfriend?
Yeah, but you see with Rihanna, you never really know. It might not be sad time. It might be all right. Fuck everything.
Rihanna telling her, you can get an album when she feel like it. That's it.
That's it.
And to be honest, I can't blame her because if I was Rihanna, I would never put out music again. She raking it in
Facts.
In her luxury clothing brand. Why she got put out?
I mean,
music.
If there's any time to drop music, is right now. Because people ain't buying clothes like that right now.
You'd be surprised.
You'd
be surprised. Exactly.
Give it time, people. The stimulus packages they ain't gonna last that much, especially in the States. Give it time.
Tell you something. Rihanna have a luxury clothing brand. People who waiting on that stimulus check wasn't gonna buy her more than likely they wasn't gonna buy her clothing line anyways. Pieces in there that cost like $600.
Yeah, but
you don't know what people doing with the check.
No, but that's the thing. Usually, like people with money don't really spend. Like you have people that have money that spend their money like crazy, but luxury brands usually people that really don't have the money
are the ones that buy it. Yeah, people that don't have money trying to buy it.
Spending like they have $600 on a dress if you ain't got no money.
Kalissa, you acting like you don't know people that get into and instead of paying their rent, they buying shoes or they buying TV or they buying newest this or newest that.
Well, I don't know that because I don't be minding my fucking business.
Amen. That's how they got us paid. You understand?
Nah, but
I don't be doing that, and I can't speak for nobody else.
Amen.
What's a very good point, but is the people that don't have it is who will rush to buy it, and who will be doing dumb shit to buy it.
In other circumstances, I would agree that people, people who are in a particular situation, oftentimes is because they don't know how to financially set up this stuff. They don't know how to handle the finances, and that's why they end up in a certain situation. However, I do not think somebody who is broke gonna be spending $600 on one dress. I mean,
I didn't think people living with their mother would be buying Gucci belts, but you know.
I mean,
I know a lot of people in Aruba, like they have like $500 shoes on, but then these men don't have car to drive that.
Catching the bus.
These same man, like I know a lot of these people.
They're saving the planet. Are you sleeping on them? Stop it.
Saving the planet. Wow.
All of them who living in the mother house, let me tell you something. They're economical. Because if I could have been living in my goddamn mother house, let me tell you something. Rent free? What?
Nah.
You say rent free?
Nope.
Rent free.
Your mother gonna let you stay in a house rent free and you're over 18?
Bye, my mother love me now.
I ain't gonna lie, no. My mother love me too, no. That would be happening.
Shit, my mother love me too, but she tell me if you in here when you're over 18, you have to contribute.
You gotta pay them bills. You gotta break off something.
But you see, I would voluntarily do it. My mother wouldn't ask. I would voluntarily do it. My sister would kick my ass. After my mother tell me that it's okay, I don't have to pay anything, my sister would probably drive me to the other room and be like, so you know this ain't gonna fly like that.
Yeah. But I know this is the situation because my brother had moved back in after college. My brother had moved back in, so I know like my mother would.
I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't move back with my
Yeah.
parents because I like the freedom of bringing a woman over, and I ain't gotta explain what she do. So let's
So
do
you
that.
just after the story you just said about Jackie, I ain't surprised.
Yeah. No, my mother would be cool with it, but I have to explain who each one of them be. That would make no sense. Like, nah.
Fighting
No,
Hello.
Why is it each one of them?
Like we always do. Like, what do you want me to do, dog? Like, my mother gonna be like, "Hey, Jennifer," not Jennifer, mom. That's the one. God damn it.
Nah,
Yes.
nah.
Fuck up the whole scene.
Not Jackie. You know how Jackie gonna be? Jackie gonna the girl will come out. She be like, "Hello, good morning." Jackie go watch. Devon.
Yeah, Devon. What is?
Why you got people in and outside my
What
house?
going on here? What she feel like she pay bills in my house?
Whose
And she
man?
locked the door too. Oh, you lord.
Whose man's this?
Yo, that's Jackie boy.
Whose man's this?
okay, no, that was going on in our domain then.
What we see them red lights, you know what I mean?
No,
Hey.
okay.
Not a
Hey.
Nah. First of all.
Look, this is not the
Time out.
platform from these
Time
kind
out.
of conversations.
Time out.
Okay.
Before we move to the other topic, I just want to clear up. I know you're on here whiling, you know what I mean? Like I gotta bring a bunch of them. So I can tell you, I don't bring nobody in my house. Like it's only few people that's been in my house. I could count on one hand, maybe. Yeah, one hand. How many people been in my house? Like, because this is my space, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do one night stands, bring on girls. I too paranoid. Like, I feel like if I go meet a girl in a club and I bring her home and she drunk and we do it, I just feel like she gonna wake up and call rape. Like, I just feel it. So I just like, nope. Just avoid all of that. I can just keep you in the club. I can stay in my house. We don't
Prevention is better
poke.
than cure.
Yeah. It's that.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's see if we get into the first official, I guess, topic apart from Gilda. Last
You
week,
want another beef?
yeah, but not about Gilda personally. What you doing? What you think? No, we still getting into that. But what I'm going to first last week. What it is you was doing last week, bro? Give us a quick rundown of. I can't remember if it was actually only XXM or if it was another site that was doing it. But give us a quick rundown of what was going on last week.
All right, so I must say from the top, shout out to Only on SXM Andre, everybody over there. So they start to do this thing called SXM Rise Up, where it's just basically putting together, a couple of SXM artists and just having a discussion, letting them call in on each other, talk, discuss certain things, whatever. The first one was done by Shanti. She hosted it. She had Tamila from the French side, super talented, superstar singer. Kenyo, The Colors, Verse, Jabs, 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 Carlin, whatever. So it was dope. Even I had Carlin and just talk with her for a bit. It was dope. And then after that, I got text from Andre like, "Yo, we want you host the second one, and we want you to pick who you could bring on." And I was like, "Bet." So then, boom, I make a phone call. The first phone call I did was to Outcast. I was like, "Yo, I need you to do a half-hour set, 2 half-hour sets." He's like, "Say less." Boom. Second thing I do was call Nichelle. Nichelle, I know your mother's the prime minister of Samantha and everything, but I need her for like 10 minutes. All right, boom. Get Sylvia Jacobs to pull up. Then third call was Red Eye Crew. Dizzle, he was down. Then he get Oswald too, because Oswald and them cool. I never met Oswald. I have a song with him, and I never met the guy until that night. That was pretty cool. Donzo, who have the Reckless song that busting right now in St. Martin. Bianca come true. I get Yasmin from K1. So basically what I did was I did like a show for like 3 hours where I was just bringing in these different people to talk about what they had going on. So you could imagine the show started with Outcast turning up the place. You know what I mean? Then we went into Bianca. She gave an interview about her, just her, how she doing. Each guest I asked how they was doing with the COVID-19 situation. Get into her dance life. Then the Prime Minister come on after her. Get into what Prime Minister get into. First of all, Sylvia Jacobs is my favorite aunt ever because this woman, I expected her to come in there with a blazer on. She come in a spaghetti top.
Yeah.
I expected like, who this? What going on?
She just come from down the road. I find out
down the road, so I being not professional, sure, Miss Prime Minister. She like, hey, no, just call me silly. I like, nah, man. You see, you get my vote next time. So then, boom, yeah. So it was dope, you know what I mean? And then Oswald came in, did like and mind you, none of the conversations were planned. Only Silveria, I had to set in questions because of course, but none of them were planned. So then Oswald come in and talk about the music industry, which was a dope conversation, and people was vexed at the end, but I'm gonna do another one with him. Then I get a Marty to call in because Marty, Giddy, why not? Donzo talk about his new song, or even Outcast talk about himself as well. So it was when Yasmin come in from K1, I wanted her there because K1 is like one of the people on the front line in St. Martin helping the community. So I get her to talk about K1 and what they're doing, how we could donate to them. So it was dope. I think we topped out at 340 live views on Instagram, which was like, oh shit, we lit.
Yeah, that's some
and,
serious numbers.
Hey, I mean, Prime Minister, Oswald, Red Eye Crew. And the funny thing about Red Eye Crew is I only asked for Dizzle, and then Dizzle like texts me 5 minutes. He's like, yo, give me like 5 more minutes. I got to check something for you. When I called him, I see the whole car full of Red Eye Crew members with masks on. I'm like, but we're great. Hey, my guys. So it was pretty cool, and it was for a good cause. And because it was so well, only on SXM, we working on a deal to like make me like their official host for live streams. Yeah, only on SXM ambassador and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm working even though we can't go outside. I'm working. You know what I mean?
Crossing borders, man. Even got to go outside to get them things from St. Martin.
2020, technology making all this possible. But it was fun though. It was a good time.
Why I also bring that up is to also, I mean, not only to big up only XXM and the work they're doing, not only putting a spotlight on all the amazing artists and business people and people doing dope shit in and out of St. Martin. I also want to big up Say Less Sis as well, because they also doing something similar with what I would say is a more genuine cause.
Yeah, their own is a lot more intricate because they're doing an Instathon all day and people actually donating, right? And I feel like what I was doing don't even compare to today because they have like a schedule of the day and they have to be going in and out of transitions. I'm like, when do these girls eat? When do they use the bathroom?
I've been in and out. I've been in and out with them. Well, what I find is smart. They've been switching. Each person gets a different person, so they get time to like for themselves. So like for instance, one person would get whether it's a cook or a makeup artist, and then the next person would switch out, which I find is hella sick, hella dope.
Yeah, shout out to Say Less Sis, man.
It's actually the second weekend, if I'm mistaken, doing it in a row.
Yeah.
And why I also bring that up is because if I'm not mistaken, you also supposed to be making a performance
right after this. Like I had a set on a schedule. Like I talking with you guys, you know what I mean? And then right after that, I gotta go hop on Instagram to perform for Say Less Sis. I mean, they had hit me up before only on SXM. But I think it's because their message end up in the general section. So I forget about it. I didn't see it every day. And then only SXM hit me up. I was like, yo, we want you host. I was like, okay, oh crap. So I messaged Say Less Sis. I was like, hey, I could do it, but on the May date, not on the So we put it together. Again, shout out to them, man. I find what they're doing is really dope, and I feel like St. Martin's big media giants, aka Laser 101, aka the Daily Herald, they should be giving stuff like this free promotion because at the end of the day, it's like it's genuine St. Martin talent, young people who know how to use technology properly.
Not only that. Let's get let me put this in a little more detail when it comes to that. Not only are they showcasing the whole Instathon, which is giving like cooking lessons, dance lessons. They had a history of St. Martin, all of that. Not only are they doing that, showcasing and highlighting other talents of St. Martin, but they actually donate. I mean, they're actually raising donations to give back to St. Martin for the families that have been devastatingly impacted by Corona. So the food will most, if I'm not mistaken, going to go towards like food packages and stuff like that.
I think they have raised 700.
They already got like how much? How much you guys take?
730 something.
Yeah, I was gonna say they already raised 700, and if I'm mistaken, they still got a good while to go. Still, right now, recording this, it is almost 8:30 on a Sunday.
I think they're going to 11 something. Yeah,
I think they're definitely going to get over a grand. I hope they get over a grand. And again, big shout out to them and what they're doing because it's definitely for a good cause. And I feel like exactly what you say there with Laser 101 and the Daily Herald should definitely, maybe not necessarily us. Granted, yes, we are concerned.
All are you free promotion. Meanwhile, every single one.
Say less, especially where this is concerned. I'm going to big them up higher because they're doing it out of their own with no big from what I understand, no big promotion. I mean, not big
No
promotion. I mean, no
sponsorship.
big, no big sponsors behind them. They're doing this on their own mind. They're still students. Everybody still got their own life and stuff like that. So I just really commend them for that shit.
Indeed.
I mean, if you want to throw up the link up there too, I mean, I ain't gonna complain. So,
Indeed. Shout out to Still Lessons podcast, man. I gonna head over there and like I got performing an hour.
Yeah,
like
for those on the live on Facebook and where else we on the live now, right?
On YouTube.
On YouTube, if y'all want, actually not, fuck that, not if. Y'all go on Sailor's page, check out what.
Oh wait, this is live?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. This live. We live.
Well,
y'all go
thanks for telling me that, guys. God damn, I would have wear something a little
I mean,
shit.
I mean, you'll be a camera and it'll go up. Anyway.
God damn. All right. Cool. Go ahead.
But yeah, like I was saying, people, go check out what they're doing after you watch this, because we live now as well. You know, I can be a little greedy with this concern. And then at 9:30, you can go ahead and check Guilda. And but keeping with the St. Martin spirit and the St. Martin topics, let's
this don't sound good because you said St. Martin spirit.
Let's go to, I guess, one of my favorite topics.
What topics there?
Of the day, of this episode. St. Martin ain't a real place. I've been seeing that over and over the past week. I posted as well because I do believe it. It's unfathomable, and I am flabbergasted that they got people that still decide that, hey, since Carnival get postponed, is King's Day was Jouvert. You know what? We're gonna show Jouvert too. So they get the road man and the sound man. I think it's probably Guyanese.
Wow, Sean, that was a crazy
generalization.
Nobody said. Good point.
Can't
even be mad at you on that one. Good point.
The man, for those who didn't see it, our lovely island people decide that they're going to find somebody with a stereo system in the car, and everybody gonna jam behind them for Jouvert. And the best part about it, they went live. They went live for everybody to see.
The best part was when she hop in and said,
I ain't get there yet. Not only did they go live, people, the Honorable Prime Minister jumped in the live to see what was going on. Okay?
Gotta love
Miss Jacobs jumped in the Facebook feed. She
my new favorite aunt.
It's the well that killed me.
That's so Caribbean mother shit. Well.
You can just feel those words in your chest.
Yeah, like, well, fucked up.
I can feel a nut after that. Don't do it.
You just know after the well in her man, she's like, well, who can't hear us feel her?
I don't understand. Like, is that serious? People need to go outside. We was talking about therapy and all mental health issues and stuff like that earlier. I really think we need to go on and like fucking talk to some of these people, because it's impossible. Like,
St. Martin
it's not a real place, G.
I mean, we established it.
Okay,
we established
I'm convinced St. Martin is a.
We established this. St. Martin is Wakanda with bad internet. I get it. But what I'm trying to tell you is,
Nah, I wish we had the technological.
Even then, we don't know how to use it. I don't get it.
Hold up. But the internet could have worked for that man to go live, though.
Hey, it is? No, you want to know why? Because it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
When you want
it was 4 o'clock in the morning, so nobody was on the server and everybody's sleeping. Check.
It's
so
not,
get it done.
You're making a good point.
Yeah, but St. Martin, I don't know, man. When I saw that video, I was like, first of all, I was sleeping, and then I got text from shout out to Claudia, Officer Claudia. He sent it to me. He was like, "Gilla, look at this shit." I watched the video, and I half asleep, so I just watch it and just roll back over like, this fucking island ain't serious. like, this place ain't serious. And then when you see, like, when you really understand, I just feel like St. Martin people don't understand the seriousness of what is going on. You know what I mean?
There's really certain people out there, man.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess it's certain people.
It's
Certain people.
with that mindset. And it's not only these Martins up here too. Is in America. You gotta separate those from the people that actually taking it serious.
Yeah, but nowhere in America gonna hold a Jouvert dog.
But they have assholes rallying and protesting.
Sean, I get that, but as in the day when people awake, St. Martin's is like 4:00 in the morning. Like, you know what's a good idea? You turn on your car, right? You wake up everybody in the neighborhood. We gonna have a Jouvert right now. You pick up the tree branch, you put on the vest. We going down the road. Right?
Yo, if this had happened, Fred side maybe understand. Why I say friend side is because of the distance. So let me wait. Give me a chance. Let me continue.
Friend side.
Why I say friend side? Yeah. Okay, let me not cross borders. If this had happened like Maho, could understand to a certain extent. Why I say that? The Prime Minister does not live in Maho.
Okay. But maybe they just wanted her to hear their distraught. And
they're going to show an illegal Jouvert in the same fucking neighborhood where the Prime Minister lives. I don't understand it. Somebody explain this to me.
Maybe they just was like, you know what? The Prime Minister ain't hearing our cries. Okay? So we going to throw a Jouvert to she can hear it over there, Union. She can hear it.
But also, let me also signal. While I only signaling out Dutch Quarter, it happened. There was also many Jouverts in other districts. If I'm mistaken, Fort William had one. One other district that had one too. And if you hear it, is you know one of those districts when you hear it happen, like okay, I can understand. I think you made the original one of them ones. I ain't too sure, but someone else had it, so it wasn't only Dutch Quarter. God damn, man.
I don't know. I just wish that people back home would take this. And I'm gonna stop saying people. The certain people back home would take this
everybody. I wish everybody was.
Yeah, doc. You ain't gonna make my mother sick. You understand?
That's why my mother leaves him, Martin.
Yeah. Hold it on, Jedi. You stupidity ain't gonna make my mother sick.
We've laughing and it's funny, but it's kind of sad to see a prime minister defend or try to talk about some of the shit that going on that your fellow island people been doing like on international news and shit. But it's like,
you know what I find so real about her when I had interviewed her, because we were talking about something like that. She was, first of all, she's amazing interview because it's like she just talks. I don't have to do much. So she was going, and she was like, in my mind, I wanted to tell her, but Prime Minister, if they want to listen, just leave our island, catch it. Like, what you could do